All right, welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have SinglePoint Inc. It trades on the OTCQB under the symbol SING and is a sustainable lifestyle company focused on the solar energy and storage and indoor air purification markets. SinglePoint plans to build the largest renewable energy solutions network and modernize the traditional solar energy and energy storage business model. Please welcome its CEO, Wil Ralston. Nice to see you again, Wil.
You as well. Thanks, Anna. I appreciate you having us back on the Emerging Growth Conference here. Give a quick update.
All right, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks. So again, appreciate Emerging Growth for having us on here. I wanted to hop in and provide this update because we were able to just publish our annual numbers, which really have transformed the company and I believe showcased exactly what we've set out to do. And everything that we've put in place and talked about doing is really coming to fruition now. Since the acquisition of Boston Solar, we've really built a foundation that we can, I believe we're going to just springboard off of, especially once we get up to that listed exchange and be able to, take advantage of all the opportunities that come with that. I'm really excited that, we recognized $21.8 million in revenue this year. It's a huge leap for the company and a major success. So I'm really proud of the team. I got to give a big shout out to everybody that participated in contributing to us, hitting this goal. Coming from, under $1 million last year to over 21 million this year is huge. And one thing I want to point out is that's actually only for Boston Solar, at least, we're only recognizing from April 21st through the end of the year. Boston Solar itself actually did over $26 million in revenue in 2022. So it's very, huge growth for them coming off of just doing, a great number as well of 17.6 million in 2021. So we're going to continue to push that growth both at the subsidiary level with Boston Solar. We've got some high targets this year that we're looking at achieving that we believe are very achievable, if not overachieving them. We've got some great targets at Box Pure Air, as well as the company that we've invested in Frontline Power Solutions. So with those companies, 2023 is looking to be a great year for SinglePoint as well. Touching on Box Pure Air a little bit, we've talked just yesterday, we announced that we're approved and on buy board. And the importance of that is that allows us to actually sell direct to all the schools, all the entities, all of Buyboard's 8,000 members are now able to go ahead and essentially point, click, and buy our products through their platform. So really exciting to see what's going to happen with Box Pure Air BPA Solutions this year in 2023. As in 2021, 2022, they put in a lot of work laying the foundation to get the government contracts, to get the school contracts, and all of those things. With this one-time spend of this $121 billion available through the ESSER funds, the EAMS funds, the ARP funding situation, it just is a kind of a slow trickle as those things get unleashed. And the great news is we've positioned ourselves phenomenally and are really at the forefront of being able to unlock these things as these schools and different federal buildings start to spend the money available and allocated to them. So really exciting times for us at SinglePoint and all of our subsidiaries, and look forward to answering some of the questions that have come in.
Okay, great job. Quick and easy. Let's jump into it. So, growing your revenue from less than $1 million to over 21 million. So what does 2023 look like?
Yeah, at the subsidiary levels and the companies that we've already acquired, we're going to continue to set the bar of a high growth company. So what's determined as a high growth company? It's typically 20% or more growth over year. So we're going to continue to set that bar high. We believe in the solar business. What we've seen with the IRA coming through is there's a lot more interest and a lot more top of mind. The Inflationary Reduction Act, that is. And there's $369 billion that's been invested by the federal government and allocated for the federal government within these programs. It's the largest climate investment in history. What that did specifically for us that's tangible today is it extended the tax credits that were expiring. So these tax credits that homeowners get for going solar, businesses get for going solar, they were going to waterfall and expire. They've now been extended for 10 years. They've been increased to 30%, all the way up to 50%, depending on how much material you use domestically. But now they're starting at 30, where they used to just be capped at 26. So it's a huge win for the solar industry itself, as well as for the companies that we own. Boston Solar is going to continue to grow its footprint throughout Massachusetts. We're looking at expanding our footprint from outside of the Boston area out into Western Mass, and continuing to go from there. So we'll grow concentrically around there, but we're going to be aggressive with it. Right now is the time for solar and the renewable space, and we're excited for it.
Yes, it is. Will, can you talk a little bit about the relationship between ballistic products and BPA solutions?
Yeah, so BPA Solutions has the exclusive with the ballistic barrier product in schools. So we are that provider. We are the ones that can go into any school throughout the nation. And the reason that's important is because we have that school relationship already through our air purification solution. So we're really looking at improving these buildings, both from a health and safety standpoint, but also a physical safety standpoint. And it's a great business opportunity. One, because of the funding that is available. Two, because of how well BPA Solutions team has positioned themselves to take advantage of that funding. And now with getting all these new approvals, such as the buy board, our cage number in Florida, the $5 million grant we got out of California, it's really starting to get legs. And I think we're just going to see a snowball effect because of that. And this ballistic barrier product it's a great implementable solution it's easily installable, can go anywhere. You have curtains, you have door shields. And a lot of people, I've seen the question out there of, well, why wouldn't you just replace the whole door? Well, you can't go into a school and just put every single door, a bulletproof door in every single school, because that requires engineering stamps. It requires the door frames to be changed. Most of them don't have glass, and most school windows have glass. So this is something that goes in, 5-minute install, super simple, and allows them to use what's in place already.
Wow, very important. Is the company seeing a stronger solar installation order flow since the IRA?
Yeah, we've actually had a great Q1 in terms of sales and our sales targets. We outpaced in Q1, which we're all very excited about because it's typically, kind of a slower season, especially up in Massachusetts where it's a little cold and snowy. But with the IRA, with the rising energy costs is a huge factor that, I know it's not necessarily put out there a lot, but energy costs have skyrocketed. The cost of electricity, the cost of natural gas, the cost of oil, everything has really gone up. And homeowners are looking, hey, what can I do to not only save money, but also create redundancy? Because if your power goes out and you don't have, the grid goes down on you and you're, 0 degrees outside or worse, you need an energy storage solution. And that's now right in the reach of everybody. It's economically available for, I would say, 95% of people out there. They're not going to be spending much more than they're already spending on their everyday utility bill, right? So it's a reallocation of funds. It's not that you're more out of pocket money because you went this way. Instead of paying the utility bill, you're now paying your solar, and it's just a diversion of that funding, right? So that's kind of the way that we go through it. But it creates redundancy. It creates the ability for people to own their power and own their generation of power. And we're seeing a lot more order inflow and a lot more, customers coming to us asking questions, trying to learn more for sure.
So is Sing expanding in the commercial space versus residential? How's that working?
Both. We're going to see a nice growth trajectory at Boston Solar in both sectors, commercial and residential. Residential will continue to be the leading revenue driver for the company because it turns cash flow and it goes there. Commercial can be a little bit slower. You have interconnection that takes longer at the state level. So that can be a little bit of a slower churn. But we're growing at Boston Solar. We've brought some new people on, specifically on a commercial division that we're really excited about. Very deep experience in the space and a lot of relationships. So we think that we see that commercial trajectory also growing, as well as looking at other acquisitions that may be concentric to that may be focused in the commercial space because it's a little bit of a different dynamic. The good news is Boston Solar is great at both. So now bolting on pieces that help them scale more efficiently and quicker is going to be advantageous, to the company.
Fantastic. Well, Will, do you have any closing remarks for us today?
I just want to say thank you to all the shareholders. It's been a long road for SinglePoint, and I think we're right on the precipice of seeing, multi-year growth. We're right in two, federally backed industries for the next decade. And again, we appreciate everybody that's either new to the company or has been a long-term shareholder. You can always reach out to the company to ask any questions. And thanks again.
Wonderful. We appreciate this update. We look forward to more. Congratulations on all of this.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate you having us on again.
Absolutely. Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with our last update.